Hey adventurers, we are back for another makeup and yap video. Not really sure what we're going to talk about this one. Probably more disabilities, probably just parenting. I don't know. I haven't really planned it out, but I really don't plan out much of these. I have notes to go off of, but they're kind of all over the place. So you're kind of just like going through this with me. Kind of just like throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks as I really navigate all of this content creation stuff. Um, but yeah, the same goes with my makeup. No idea what today's plan is. Like, same as last time. No idea. Like the most I planned was putting on, a cute shirt and, earrings. That was really the only plan I had for today. Was that I planned the shirt and the earrings. That was it. But yeah, can't wait to get into this next video with you guys and see what my makeup turns out to be. Find out that the primer actually helps the makeup stick better and so that it doesn't come off. Found that out. Someone was nice enough to comment on my last video, which was really nice of them. So thank you. I do not remember your username. I'm so sorry. But thank you for leaving a comment and letting me know. So, really just, same last time, just starting with my primer. Probably might start doing the primer before I start pressing record, just because it does take a moment for it to dry. I will say the only thing that is weird about, or different rather, about doing these videos for my makeup is I normally have music playing. And I'm not talking about like the lo-fi music that you guys see in my co-working, because I don't listen to that outside of co-working. That's not my jam. I have other music playing, but I can't play that while I'm filming videos. So, because copyright, and you guys won't be able to hear me. So it's very silent, and it's not great. So it's a lot of silence. So I guess it's just a way to remind myself to, I need to talk, need to, because it is a makeup and yap video. But I do actually have, if you're in my co-working stream, you'll hear me talk about this, but, or about her. I started streaming because I was watching TT Inventory streams, also known as Alyssa. I was watching her streams. She does co-working streams on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I was like, oh, that's something I can do, because co-working is relatively easy. You set up the stream, you put it on, and I don't have to do a whole lot. Even with my disabilities, I can just have a couple things written down as a reminder of what to say and have those things to say. But anyway, I have Alyssa stream up as something on to watch. Even though I do have my speaker down, just so that the sound's not playing. Now, this is the same foundation as last time. The Hard Candy foundation. I did like it. Still trying to figure out how to get it on my face properly. Since it's that weird brush. Like the weird little thing. I'm used to putting the stuff on my sponge and then putting the sponge on my... Yeah, no, this is weird. Still figuring this out. This is only the second time I've used the foundation because I've only worn makeup once since the last video, and that was really just eyeliner and a little bit of eyeshadow. And that was for my kid's birthday. So yeah, we're still figuring all this out. So I guess being disabled, I'm not really able to do a whole lot. So I am stuck at the house a lot, which I get bored very easily. Because, what are you going to do? You can't do anything. You can do stuff, obviously, but you're limited on what you can do. Or in my case, I am. And yes, there's video games. But I have to be careful because they trigger migraines. And migraines suck. If you've ever had a migraine, you know what I mean. They suck. They can be debilitating. They can completely put you out for an entire day. It's no fun for anyone involved. So about this time last year, just being tired of spending my days literally sitting on the couch, disassociating, had the TV on, would be doom scrolling on my phone, or just disassociating, staring into space. I would be watching videos, either Bailey Sarin, who does murder makeup mysteries. Love her videos. She does makeup videos where she talks about murder mysteries. Really, really cool videos. Totally should go check her out. Definitely a really huge inspiration of mine. And such a huge inspiration that she's really the only name I can remember, unfortunately. And a couple other creators. And if I can remember them, I will make sure to link them, especially in my Discord. But I was especially watching a lot of, like I said, a lot of Bailey, and there's been a couple other creators that I've watched on TikTok, who do eye makeup and things like that, and I would be like, oh, well, that's really cool. I wish I could do something like that. And this would go on for months. And finally one day, I was like, well, why can't I? Why can't I do that? And, of course, my brain started doing oh, well, you can't do it because you're disabled. Okay. Well, how's my disability keeping me from doing that? I understand how my disability is keeping me from working and from other things. But how is my disability keeping me from doing this one particular thing? And so I, sat there with myself and couldn't come up with an answer. But then I was like, well, I don't have the materials. They have all these fancy brushes. They have all these fancy makeups. And I just have Walmart makeup. And literally had the exact same response to myself that I have as, sorry, I'm getting notifications. I forgot to put my phone on do not disturb. Sorry, guys. As when I'm doing art projects or talking to myself about art, was so you don't have the fanciness, so you don't have all these fancy high-end products. You could still try. So that's what I did. I started trying and started practicing and was like, oh, I'm not great. Nowhere was I great when I first started. And even now, I'm not that great. And I know this. But I started. And as I've gone this last year, I've gotten progressively better. And I experiment. And I still, no, don't have anything high end. I mean, I'm using hard candy for my foundations. I have Moda for my brushes and a whole bunch of other like random stuff that, and literally I've bought my stuff from Walmart or Amazon. Like nothing is high end. It's just a bunch of practice and Pinterest at this point. So yeah, like it was one of those things that's like, yes, I'm disabled, but why should it stop me from wanting to practice makeup? Like really? Like it really shouldn't. So yeah, that's how I got started on my makeup journey. Seeing if I need to put on more foundation. And really, I've just been, practicing since then. I kind of miss doing my makeup more, but it's really exhausting to constantly do it. But since I'm really now only streaming twice a week, I don't know. Maybe I can do it more. Since I filmed this makeup and yap once on Mondays, then I don't know, maybe for my gaming stream on Thursdays, I can do my makeup. And I'll do my makeup before stream. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah. Dress up a little bit for gaming. Be cozy and relaxed for co-working and dressed up for gaming. Maybe I can do that. I think that'd be cool. My camera keeps trying to tell me that it needs more light, but I'm like, I'm giving you all the light I can. I'm sorry. I don't know. Well, I might be able to give it more light. There we go. Maybe now it'll get off my back. I wonder if there. Okay. So, I think this video will be about hobbies and being disabled. So, what type of hobbies do you do? Do you even really think about the hobbies you do? And how accessible they are? how do you make your hobbies accessible for you? So we'll go back to before I was disabled. We'll take reading, for example. Used to read all the time. I'm talking books that are this thick. Even with working and taking care of kids and taking care of a house, I would still be able to read. It would take me a little bit, but I would read. Well, a book that thick would probably still take me maybe close to a week. But yeah, didn't think much about accessibility. Since the car accident, I've had to start thinking about accessibility, because not only do I get migraines from reading, but I have a hard time focusing on the words. I have a hard time retaining what I read, and almost a hard time comprehending what I'm reading. Like, I understand what I read, but it's almost like I'll understand it one moment, and then the next, I don't understand it. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like one moment it's there and one moment it's not. It's like it goes through a sieve and it's just gone. And it's really frustrating, especially when you're a person that reading used to be a safe haven, used to be an escape, used to be something that you enjoyed so much that you got in trouble for it. I used to get in trouble so much at school for it because I would read all the time. But yeah. So what do you do when that happens? When something that used to be a safe haven, an escape for you, something that was a way for you to unwind, something for you to forget your worries, your stresses, now causes more trouble, more stresses than just being awake does. Causes pain, physical pain, on top of the mental pain. Gotta make sure I contour my nose this time, like underneath it. I forgot it last time. You know? Tell you what I did. When I first realized it, I cried. God, did I cry. I probably had a meltdown. Like an actual legitimate meltdown, full on tantrum level, when no one was home. Like, I'm about to cry now, thinking about it. Because I love reading. I love escaping into worlds that other people create and pretending I'm the main character. And it's something the accent's taken away from me. Something I'm not able to do anymore. You know? Well, I stopped reading. I have books. I have physical books, but I stopped reading. Then I was like, well, let me try ebooks. And I was having the same problem with ebooks as I was with physical books, even with making the fonts bigger. I was like, okay, well, I'm having the same issue. Tried simple books. Simple books worked a little bit better. Like if it had as long as it wasn't something that was like too, didn't have a whole lot that oh, that's too much. That had a whole lot that I needed to remember or a whole lot going on, I could kind of read it. But only for so long, because it could cause a migraine, I could just forget. I would legit forget that I was reading, that I had a book that I was reading. There was a book I started that I completely enjoyed and forgot about it for like 6 months. Yes, I'm serious. Forgot I was reading. Netta Limone is the book. Remember it because I forgot about it for 6 months. Good book, by the way. Finally finished it. Loved it. Would read again. I actually want more of the story. But yeah. So I was told to try audiobooks. So I did. I can't focus on those. My brain won't focus on them. So those are a no. I can't focus. My brain won't retain what is being read to me, or it'll make me sleepy, make me want to sleep. It doesn't work. And if it's a nonfiction book, forget about it. Like, just no. It doesn't work, guys. So I was back to square one. Couldn't read. So I didn't know what to do. I had all these books I wanted to read, both fiction and nonfiction. As you may or may not know, judging by on my content and how much you pay attention to it, or how much of it I might talk about. I am a bit witchy, so there are witchy books that I like to read, research and other things, and so I have a whole list in my TBR pile that are witchy and everything, even ones that are simple, for like back to basic stuff, especially with my memory issues that I want to get back to basics. But it's a little bit harder to read. Well, so I started doing some research. Found this font called Open Dyslexic. Originally made for people with dyslexia, which is where you flip letters to help you be able to read and that not happen as much. And I remember reading that it could help with people with neurodivergency, which TBI is a type of a neurodivergency type, be able to focus more on books, on your reading. So I saw that the Kindle app and Libby app and a couple other apps offered it in their books. So I was like, cool, let me try this out. And sure enough, it helped me focus more. Still had issues, still got migraines, but it was a step in the right direction. I was able to read more. It was progress. slow progress, but progress. I was able to finish some simple books. And I did some very simple books, or at least for a little bit. And then, but still, the migraines were getting to me. So I could only read for so long. And yeah. So back to the drawing board, because it's like, okay, how now do I figure out the migraines? We're figuring out everything else. How do I figure out this migraine thing? Well, I realized it might be the screen glare. Well, or that the screen glare wasn't helping, because I read on my phone, obviously, digital books. And, or maybe not, obviously, as you'll see in a minute. So I was like, okay, how to help with the screen glare? I got to figure out, because if I can get the screen glare section down, because I wear my glasses, which is supposed to help with the migraines, because I'm supposed to wear glasses anyway. I'm not wearing them because I put makeup on, but glasses. So I wear the glasses. That mitigates a bit. And so looked up into Kindles, since I use the Kindle app. And there's a lot of different Kindles. Could have gotten a basic Kindle, which worked just fine. But I might be a bit bougie. And my bougie butt saw the freaking Kindle Scribe and was like, oh my God, I need that one because I can take notes in my books, which is perfect for my nonfiction books that I like to read. I can take notes in my books. I can have notebooks for when I'm in my phase of I can't do physical books. I need to do ebooks and like notebooks and write. This is perfect. And I'm just like, this is perfect. This is what I need. It will help with the screen glare. It will help with no migraines. It has the fonts I need. It will have my books. It will have everything. This is what I need. Things like $400 or $500. I'm like, yeah. I was like, damn it. Why does a device that's going to be used as an accessibility device to help me be so expensive? Why? And I know what you're saying. You're like, because consumerism, capitalism. And like, yes, I know. Nah. And I say all this, and then Bogman ended up buying it for me for Christmas. Because it's Bogman, and he is wonderful and spoils me. And I'm just like, And I was going to go with the original version of the Kindle Scribe and be like, that's fine. And then he's like, no, we're going to get you the brand new one that's not even released yet. So you're going to have to wait longer. And I'm like, oh, okay then. Thank you. And that's what he did. So, yes, everyone needs a Bogman. A Bogman, a Bogwoman, a Bog them. You need your own version of my Bogman that is super supportive and will support you in all of your endeavors, because he has been super supportive. And every time he sees that I am like super gung-ho and super serious about something and am like, yes, this is what I need, this is what I'm doing, and these are the reasons why I need it, and I'm like serious and not just like manic about it, he will go out of his way to do it and figure out a way to help me get it. So everyone needs one. Um, so yeah, that's so I got the Kindle Scribe, and within a day, I sat down and finished Nettle and Bone. I had over half of that book left to read after letting it sit for 6 months, and I was able to sit down and finish it. Didn't get a migraine, no eye strain. Was a little tired, a little fatigued, but I was reading. But was able to read it. And I almost cried out of just pure joy that I was able to read. And all of the accessibility devices that I had been like, or things that I had been like slowly building in my phone were all in this one device and without the glare. And it was perfect. And I still have it. I still use it. Like, obviously, like I've only had it for a month and I still use it. I have a whole bunch of books loaded on it. I just need to sit down and read and get my brain to be like, yes, let's read. I'm still kind of scared to read because I'm like, oh, migraine. But it's so amazing. And yeah, like, never thought that I would have to make reading accessible to me, though. Like, that is definitely one thing out of everything that, if someone came up to me and was like, yo, Bog, the number one thing that you have valued since you were 10 years old, 9, 10 years old, you are going to have to figure out how to make accessible to you so that you can continue to enjoy it. I would have laughed in their faces and been like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, go on with yourself. Because there would have been no way. Like I figured out ways to continue reading when I had when my kids were still babies, like babies and toddlers. Like, I figured out a way. Like, no. Um, so yeah, that's made me so happy. So like, yeah. So let's see. Figured makeup being a new hobby. And not letting being disabled be like, no, can't have any new hobbies. But can't do makeup too much because it does exhaust me. Like, this is a very exhausting process. It takes me between 1 and 2 hours to do my makeup, depending on the day, and it's exhausting. Figured out how to make reading accessible to me. Streaming is something new. Eyebrows. And streaming is a new hobby. And it is really just, I don't know how to explain it. It's accessible for me being disabled because for co-working, I can just put it on and I don't have to do anything too taxing. And what I mean by that is it's just a camera. Like, the programs weren't too hard for me to figure out. Don't get me wrong, I got migraines figuring them out. But I was able to figure them out. And I get them started. And then I'm able to go about my day. I can read, I can do art. I can doom scroll. All while co-working. Literally doing what I'd already be doing if I was sitting on the couch instead of my computer. So really, it's me doing the exact same thing I'd be doing for a couple hours at a computer versus if I was sitting on my couch. With the added benefit that I have made some awesome friends, have met wonderful people in the community, and I enjoy it. I enjoy talking with the people I've met. And then, of course, the gaming days. Gaming days are a little bit harder. That's new. Because I have to talk. I don't normally talk when I game. But other than that, streaming is for me a very accessible hobby. But other hobbies that other people have would not be accessible by a long shot. Like walking or going for walks is not a very accessible hobby for me. Or even like fitness routine. I mean, I probably could do it. Maybe. But I'd be in a lot of pain. And that's not including if my legs went out. If my legs went out while walking and I didn't have a mobility aid, or even sometimes with a mobility aid, I would be in a lot of trouble. And yeah, I used walking as an example because it is a very basic thing that everyone does, like, every day without thinking about. Like, I look like a raccoon right now. Like an inverted raccoon, but yeah. Like, I was walking up and down, pacing the other day because we were fixing the car. Or I say we, but Bogman was fixing my car. And he kind of looked at me and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I can't stand still." I'm like, "I know you're fixing the car and you need my help to hold some stuff, but I can't stand still." And he's like, "Okay." And the whole time I was in pain. The whole time I was waiting for The whole time I was waiting for a leg to go out or something to happen. And I'm not talking about like a little bit, like, tiny little muscle fatigue pain. I'm talking like any sane person would immediately stop what they were doing pain. Like, it's not like, splinter in your finger pain. It's nothing like that. It's, you should sit down pain. It's, yeah. All right. So next part, as we all know, is our eye part, which tracks because this takes about 30 minutes and it's been about 30 minutes. So we're on the eye part. I have no idea what we're doing. Don't even know what colors we're choosing. I mean, I could choose something to match the earrings. I could try to match the shirt with our little Froggo face. I could try to match the sunflower. I have so many colors going on today. I just don't know. I really don't. Let me take a look. Let's see. We did blue last time. I'm wearing green. I wear a lot of green lately. I'm really feeling green. We're gonna do green, guys. I haven't done green in a minute. So I'm going to do green. But yeah. Give me a moment here while I get my brushes. So another hobby that I do is art, or crafting, really. You know, if I really want to put a broader category title on it. And when I say crafting or art, I mean everything from digital to traditional to painting to sculpting, to messing around with crochet. I think I've messed around with embroidery needle stuff. Like there's just a whole bunch of stuff. Like right now, one of my projects actually is I am taking a house that you can get from the Dollar Tree. And it's just a little plastic house. Little plastic dollhouse with tiny little plastic dollhouse furniture and like 2 little figures. It's not that big. It's like the dollhouse is like this tall. And make and here's the greens we're going to be looking at. And turning it into something else. So my plan with it is going to be using the dollhouse and using paints and air dry clay and recyclable materials like cardboard and cardboard paper. I don't know what it's actually called. I just know I have some, and it's a type of paper that looks and feels like cardboard, and that I'm going to be using all those materials and making it like a witch's cottage that you'd find in the middle of a forest, and turning all of it into a witch's cottage. And it's an ongoing project that is taking a lot longer than I thought it would, because, oh my God, projects are in multiple steps and just doesn't happen overnight, apparently. All of those YouTube videos just lied to me. It doesn't happen in 20 minutes. But yeah, so that is my main project. And one of my main things this year is I'm really wanting to showcase that art can be accessible, that it doesn't have to be expensive, that you can go to the arts, to a bargain store, you can buy bargain materials, and with bargain materials and even recyclables, you can create something beautiful. And that is what I am trying to do this year. So that is my goal. That is like the whole goal for this year. So let's see. I don't think I've used this green yet. I just realized I did not bring my mirror in here today, so we are doing everything by the phone. know how this is gonna look completely. Nice pretty green though, and matches my wedding dress. Don't know how that's going to come out, but we will play around with it maybe. That is my philosophy with makeup, is I make it really messy and we just kind of play around with it and see how it comes out, and we hope that it comes out really good. Like, I hope. This is such a pretty green. Okay. So I'm going to pick that one up. Trying to get all the excess glitter off my face. I say that and then I want to like probably end up adding more glitter to my face. Like, hello, this is me we're talking about. I haven't done a setting spray. My camera died in the middle of doing all of that, so that was fun. Had to hurry and get you guys back up, so because I'm like almost done. I just have to do my eyeliner and a couple other steps, and then I'm done. I'm done. And like, like, why would you do this to me? Why? So I used this the other day, this little white eyeliner. I kind of like it. Just nothing like having a pencil right by your eye. I can never tell though with these ones if I got enough white on it or not. Like normally this one helps, but Also, you guys are probably gonna be like, oh my god, but I don't feel like I have enough blush. Sorry, not sorry. Like that nose. I don't know what just fell. Something fell. No, that's nothing. My nose needs more blush. You guys are probably like, oh my god, Bog, you don't need more blush. But the answer is always more blush. Like right here needs a little bit more blush. Just a little bit. Which means over here needs a little bit more blush. And no, I don't have blush blindness, guys. Like, I know how much blush I'm putting on. I need the blush. I love the blush. Me and the blush are besties. Like, we're like bros. We need each other. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I sometimes draw a heart. Sometimes I do lines. I might do a heart today. Okay, so far so good. Maybe that's a really big heart. I don't know. Don't like it. It's too big. The heart's too big. Don't like it. Which means I took off my blush. Like, you see the issue I have? So we might just do lines today because lines are easier to do. See, just 3 little lines. And then my little witchy lines, which I don't know why I do. And you guys get to see how crooked they are. Because they're pretty crooked. I cannot draw a straight line to save my life. Which, honestly, let's be real here. It's because I'm not straight. Like, if you didn't know, now you know. Like, yes, I know. You hear me say Bogman, but guys, I'm not straight. Do little cutesy little freckles, which I've been lacking on the last couple of times. All right, now we're done. Now that we got the mascara on. I still like it, so good. Makeup is awesome. Nice little froggy theme to go. Nice little froggy theme to go with a little froggy shirt today. Love it. Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me for Makeup and Yap. Can't wait to catch you in the next one. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.